Everyone, today we are going to sew a knit skirt with fabric. This video is especially for Angel Garcia, who is my brother, and he wanted to learn how to sew. He has a daughter who can only wear knits, and this is for him and anyone else who wants to know about how to sew. So let me just go into detail really quick. What I have done is folded my niece's skirt in half. The fold of it is up here. Sorry for sausage fingers. This is the fold of her skirt, okay? So I folded it in half. Misha T taught me how to do this, and we all loved her so much. She was a famous YouTuber, and she's no longer with us, and we love her and admire her and appreciate all the knowledge that she's given us. So this is a big shout out to her. I'm sure anyone who's in the sewing YouTube world knows exactly who I'm talking about. So even though I have 5 boxes of patterns, your pattern is essentially the fabric that you, or the item that you love and you wear. So Angel Garcia, the first thing that you do, and everyone else in the world, is fold your fabric in half. Now I've actually did mine vertical, because my signs go up and down, okay? So when she wears her skirt and it flows, I'm going to do the flowy sign, that it will go down, up and down flowy. So I folded it in half, the fabric's in half. You want to cut 2 inches all around, 2 inches. If you don't have a ruler, I always say, look at my 2 fat fingers. Put your fingers there and start cutting all around. Now, I think I know it all, so I don't pin, but please pin if you have to, okay? So once you do that cut, you remove it and you cut again, okay? Now, since this is the YouTube world, I didn't want to keep you waiting, so I have actually already did that. So this is the entire skirt. Remember, since this is my fold, I cut it on the fold, there's 2 pieces in here. What I did is I made them kiss. I don't know any other way to say it. You put the right sides of the pieces together, okay? So I make them kiss. There you go, mwah, 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 whatever. And don't freak out if the edges don't match totally. We'll come back to that. In the meantime, get your fabric. Let me zoom back out. Get your fabric. And sew merely, where's my finger? Here. So 5/8 that way, and then 5/8 that way only, and we'll come back. So I told you to sew 5/8, but I didn't show you, so I'm trying to show you. See right here? This is 5/8. So it's this line right here. So it's really this line, okay? So what you do, every sewing machine should have the stitch guide, okay? But if you don't, always just know, sorry, I'm doing it by myself. Always just know, let me push pause really quick. So I've cheated a bit. I'm trying to get my camera close. So I've already did 5/8 of an inch, okay? All the way down. Depending on, always do a straight line. Since I'm on my baby lock, I should do 0 or 1. I don't get my nails done. They're like, they thin out your nails. So sorry, y'all. I always say, why don't they paint their nails when they're doing YouTube's videos? And now I fall in that category. So I've already sewn. What I'm going to do now is take it to the serger and show you what a serger does. If you don't have a serger, everybody who doesn't have a serger, you can use your number 18 or the pattern that looks like this, or a 24. This is called an overlock stitch, and so is 18. You can even use 14. Let me tell you why. Nobody told me, so I'm going to tell you. You see this line here, and you see that line there? That holds your stitches and your fabric together. So that way it doesn't fray. And you'll see what I mean when I take you to my serger. But not everyone has a serger. So don't forget that if you look at this one and you look at that one, 18 and 24, those are all considered overlock stitches, okay? Just a second. Now you can't really see, I'm going to try to do it anyway, but this is overlocking. I'm going to do this and then I'll come back because who really wants to see? This is what an overlock does. You can't really tell there it is. So since I was paying more attention to recording, I'm going to get the edge of this closer to this fabric, okay? I'll be right back. So I've serged it. I did my 5/8 of an inch. I did it in orange so you could see it. It kind of goes with the skirt. And then I serged it. This is the serger. Now what you're going to do, once you've did that, we're going to work on this is my skirt waist. We're going to work on 1/8 of an inch. Everybody, iron that down. 1/8 that looks like this, everyone. I'm just going to tell you, it just looks real thin. Just really thin. So let me see. I don't even have long nails. I don't know. Just 1/8 of an inch. Just sew it down a little bitty, just a little bitty section. You don't sew it down. I'm rambling. You iron this down together, okay? Since it's just me, I'm going on and on. Just a second. Okay, so while your garment is still turned inside out, see how your serger or your overlock, however you finish this, you have folded 1/8 of an inch. Do you see the little 1/8 of an inch? And I folded that in, and now I kind of did 1 inch, actually maybe 1 1/8 inch maybe. This is my, what is this, elastic. So what I did is just I kind of measured it by eyeball and decided I needed enough room to put it in, but not enough where it would roll. So I ironed all that around. See how it's on both sides? And now I'm going to start sewing it, but I'm strange. I'm going to start sewing it, but I'm going to leave, let's say, at least 3 fingers width open so that I can slide my little elastic with a safety pin all through there, okay? And they usually say you want to measure your child, but since I have my niece's skirt, I'm going to make the elastic the same size as her skirt here, because pretty much what this is your pattern. So I'm just going to decide what the length of this is, cut that out, and insert it in this skirt, okay? So I'm going to sew now. Remember, leave 3 fingers open. So start sewing here all around and then here. That way you can put your elastic inside and thread it through, okay, with a safety pin. We'll gather a safety pin. Just a second. Okay, so I've sewn it and I've gotten really close to the edge. Do you see that? Okay. I don't know why my camera. And this is my 3 fingers, okay? There's 3. So I'm going to now insert my elastic, if I can grab it. Now remember, when you get your elastic, what they say is to measure the child that's going to wear this. But since I'm duplicating a skirt, once again, Angel Garcia in the world, I've already cut the elastic the same length as that, and I'm going to shove it in here. So what you do with that is you, with your needle, your safety pin, and your elastic, you place it in there, and you kind of just pull it. Push it, pull it. Push it through, pull here. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so I've made it out the other side. Now I'm going to get both of these edges together, and I'm going to sew them. You can overlap them as I'm doing here. So one is here and one is here, and I'm just going to overlap them. And you can zigzag or just go straight across, okay? And then I'll show you how to close it. Okay, so I have it all in. Now what I'm fixing to do is sew the rest of this back in here so you don't see it. And then after that, I'm going to leave you with the last step. The last step is pretty much the same as the top. You sew 1/8, then you fold, and you sew another 1/8, then you fold. And there it is, okay? Did you get that? Let me do it one more time. However long or short you want it, you sew 1/8. I always do that. And then I fold it over again and finish and sew it so that it looks like that. This camera's kind of blurry. Okay, if you have any questions, just go ahead and get back at me. If you want to see anything else, let me know. And I tried to make this as simple as possible. Sorry if it took forever. I was the only one videographing this, okay? Thank you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Bye-bye.